Imagine if AOC got to write history books and they said, why did people sneak into America? Oh, climate change.
Climate change is different because we have an expiration date.
20 years from now. Climate change was so bad that people were walking from Guatemala to get plane tickets to fly to Michigan.
We've got 12 years to turn it around.
Yeah.
12 years.
For real? Are you sure? Are you sure that happened? Maybe there's other variables? What do you think?
My concern is that we are going to be the frog in the pot of boiling water.
Hey guys, maybe some of the stops along the way, they only speak Chinese and they have Chinese signs. There's like a concerted effort to get people in from China. Hey, something going on? No, just climate change.
We are going to debate and debate and debate and debate. And then when we actually finally pass something, it is a wimpy carbon tax and our kids are doomed.
Oh, so simple. So nice to be able to just... Did you hear what AOC said?
He wanted to pick a fight with me, little me. He's going to lose that.
It's amazing.
Maybe don't send our country into war because you're in some type of mood.
It is straight out of South Park.
Gosh.
It's straight out of South Park.
Congress was supposed to have a classified briefing today, and they canceled it last minute.
Like what?
Yeah, I know.
It's giving scrambling. It's giving disorganized. It's giving they are having problems behind the scenes.
Do you know something I don't know?
Please understand that this is Trump's war. This is a Republican war. Don't let them...
Like, what are you saying?
Did you see the video of when she found out she won?
It's amazing. Play it.
I'm gonna grab her. She's right here. I can't let you go. She's
It's like one of the realest moments. And look, people are angry. 28-year-olds, what does she know? What she doesn't know, she'll learn. Maybe she knows a lot. I like the fact she wasn't supposed to win. I like the fact that the guy who was an incumbent was a 10-term incumbent.
Yeah.
And that he spent 10-1 versus on her. How much money she spent? 10-1.
And grassroots got her elected, man. And that can happen.
Dude, she's a kid.
Yeah, that's...
And she's pretty. She's a pretty young 28. Like AOC was on TV the other day doing an interview.
One of the biggest issues that we have when it comes to immigration is the fact that we have an undocumented population.
She was calling them undocumented people. And the way to do it is to give them a path to citizenship.
You can fix that by trying to build a wall, or you can fix that by trying to document people and create a path to citizenship.
Well, how about you know who the they are? Because if you're a person from another country, say if you're in Europe, you want to come to America and become an American citizen, this is like a long, lengthy process every year. And you have to prove that you have a skill. There's a reason why you should be here legally.
One of the reasons that our public systems experience wait is because people don't have a documented and reliable path to work and sustain themselves.
But if you want to do it illegally, they'll give you money. They'll give you a cell phone.
Just like all of our ancestors did, the answer should really be we should make it easier to be legal, documented, and a citizen of the United States of America.
There's people in Mexico gone back 4 times that month. So every time he crosses over, he gets $2,000. He made $8,000 in a month from the federal government. Holy sh... He said, what?
Did you witness the president commit a crime? Is it your testimony today?
Yes.
And what crime have you witnessed?
How much time do I have to go through it?
It is simple. You name the crime. Did you watch him steal something?
Corruption statutes, RICO and conspiracy.
What is it? What is the crime, sir?
You asked me to answer the question. I answered the question.
No.
RICO, you're obviously not familiar with. Corruption
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
It's the category of crimes that you're then charged
You have charges.
A long 100
You
list
have
of
charges.
statutes.
Please
Want me to name the exact statute
Sir,
under RICO?
yes.
Oh, well, it's funny. In this committee room, there's over 18
All right, sir. I reclaim my
lawyers
time.
that
I
went to
reclaim
law
my
school.
time. I
I'll leave
reclaim
it
my
up to
time.
you guys
Okay,
to
thank
define
you,
the
sir. I
statute.
reclaim my...
Joe Rogan finally exposes AOC during his podcast. When the latest episode of Rogan's marathon talk show dropped, fans expected the usual swirl of fight stories, UFO theories, and bizarre health hacks. Instead, they got a blistering dismantling of Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez that ignited comment sections before anyone even finished breakfast. Rogan began with a simple question: why does AOC cram every crisis into the single box of climate change? And the studio cracked with uneasy laughter. That skepticism set the mood. America's biggest long-form interviewer was done treating the Congresswoman like an untouchable darling. He replayed her famous 12 years left warning, paused, and asked, "For real? Are we absolutely sure?" The doubt flowed into a wider conversation about exaggerated narratives, migration surges, and whether political branding now matters more than evidence. Even the production crew, usually silent, jumped in with sharp one-liners that made Rogan's frustration feel communal, almost therapeutic. Viewers in chat cheered the unfiltered candor. Bill Maher then entered the conversation, not in person, but through a brisk montage Rogan's producer had queued up on the studio screen. The clip showed Maher joking that Democrats would defend invading Martians as long as the aliens ticked enough demographic boxes, and Rogan nearly fell off his chair laughing. The two comedians' commentary blended into a single barrage, punctuated by Rogan slapping the table and shouting, "Exactly!" Critics say this alliance was inevitable. Both men have grown weary of activists who weaponize buzzwords while dodging hard policy questions. In Maher's cynical riff, Rogan saw confirmation that political theater has eclipsed measurable results. Rumors suggest staffers from AOC's office called the joke cruel, but the pushback only amplified its reach. Memes appeared within minutes, pairing Martian death lasers with earnest hashtag-heavy tweets. Maher's sarcastic punchlines became Rogan's ammunition, and the fusion proved devastatingly effective for viewers hungry for rebellious humor. Next, Rogan shifted from roasting to forensic dissection. He rolled a mashup of AOC's most puzzling assertions. Climate change as the sole driver of mass migration, Amazon's canceled New York headquarters framed as a $3 billion giveaway, and the claim that a simple citizenship path would solve border chaos overnight. After each clip, Rogan hit pause, pulled up sourcing, and offered quick reality checks. Government data, he argued, showed violence, cartels, and collapsing economies ranked higher than weather on migrant surveys, while the $3 billion figure reflected foregone tax credits rather than cash. Supporters flooded social media with rebuttals, insisting context was lost, but Rogan's audience numbers kept climbing. He added a disclaimer, "Reports claim," to underscore speculative segments. Yet the core criticism stood. Slogans cannot replace math. Viewers used the live chat poll to vote on accuracy, and an overwhelming majority sided with Rogan's fact-check-heavy approach. The segment felt like homework. Rogan's guests, two stand-up comics and a retired Border Patrol agent, kept momentum roaring by bringing wildly different vantage points. The agent dismissed romantic slogans about undocumented people and laid out in measured detail how certain migrants crossed 4 times in a single month, collecting stipend payments each trip. One comedian gasped, the other mouthed a censored "sht," and Rogan bleeped it live to stay advertiser-friendly. They debated whether handing smartphones to arrivals was humanitarian or simply incentivized re-entries. Meanwhile, chat messages poured in from first-hand witnesses claiming similar loopholes. The discussion turned to economics, how low-wage competition depresses local salaries, while overloaded clinics struggle to serve everyone. Rogan challenged listeners to verify numbers themselves, posting government links in episode notes. The agent warned that cartels adapt faster than lawmakers, a line that drew a chilling silence before the comics cracked another joke to break tension for the nervous crew. Midway through, Rogan pulled up the viral Congressional exchange, where AOC questioned witness Tony Bobulinski. She demanded he name a crime, and he calmly cited corruption and racketeering statutes. Rogan froze the frame on her startled expression. The comics erupted, whispering, "She doesn't know RICO is real." Analysts later claimed her staff briefed her overnight, but the moment had already gone global. Rogan argued ignorance itself is forgivable. Everyone learns, but refusal to learn is political malpractice. He urged young politicians to treat public hearings like finals week instead of open mic night. One speculative segment suggested donors have grown weary of headline gaffes, though Rogan stressed that was based on anonymous sources, not hard evidence. Still, the convo kept rolling, highlighting how one televised misstep can reset a career's narrative faster than any polished campaign ad. Even sympathetic viewers admitted afterward that the clip made them cringe and rethink their loyalty. Despite the roasting, Rogan paused to admit he is no policy oracle. "I'm a curious comedian, not a senator," he reminded listeners, a statement that paradoxically boosted his credibility. The humility contrasted sharply with the certainty he attributes to AOC. He read an archived newspaper snippet documenting her adolescent years in Yorktown, Westchester, a comfortable suburb far from the gritty Bronx image emblazoned on campaign posters. That fact has circulated for years, but Rogan's audience gasped as though hearing it fresh. He clarified that growing up suburban is no crime. Millions do, but presenting a curated biography invites scrutiny. One guest joked, "It's like me claiming I learned comedy in a coal mine." Laughter erupted, then faded into a thoughtful hush about authenticity. Rogan concluded the segment by urging all politicians, left and right, to own their full stories rather than invent origin myths for hashtag marketing in today's hyper-connected landscape. By the three-quarter mark, a clear through line had formed, the widening gulf between theatrical politics and everyday reality. The border agent returned with statistics on fentanyl seizures, while the comics mocked hashtags that trended for hours, yet solved nothing. A caller from Ohio described hospital shortages linked to unvetted migration spikes. A Texan trucker recounted seeing coyotes ferry people across riverbeds at dawn. Each anecdote functioned like a puzzle piece, painting a picture in which slogans collapsed under data. Rogan's detractors accused him of cherry-picking, but even skeptical commenters conceded the points needed addressing. The host reiterated that genuine climate action is essential, yet insisted scapegoating every dilemma to carbon parts per million risks, alienating voters who can't pay rent. As tensions rose, he steered the conversation back to constructive ideas, promising to bring policy experts next month for a deeper, solutions-oriented roundtable that avoids partisan theatrics for once. Sensing fatigue, Rogan reignited curiosity by leaping ahead to the 2028 presidential rumor mill. Will AOC actually run, he asked, and what happens when viral charisma meets opponents armed with relentless spreadsheets? The comics improvised debate night sketches, parodying moderators fact-checking her on live television while she fires back with emoji-filled one-liners. The border agent envisioned foreign policy faceplants if glossy slogans replaced briefings on cartel finance or Pacific power plays. Rogan paused the banter to note everything was speculative. Reports claim, insiders whisper, yet he argued thought experiments reveal gaps long before real stakes arrive. The table's energy spiked, live stream viewership peaked, and super chats poured in with hypothetical cabinet picks, some serious, many satirical. One message predicted a Treasury Secretary who accepts crypto tips. Another nominated Maher to head the Department of Common Sense. Rogan laughed so hard he spilled sparkling water across the console and nearly shorted out the electronic mixer. To stitch the sprawling conversation together, Rogan revisited AOC's favorite fable about humanity as a frog in a slowly boiling pot. He flipped it. Perhaps voters, not the climate, are the amphibians, lulled by emotive Instagram carousels until failed policies make the water truly boil. The producer rolled silent B-roll of deserted storefronts, spiking opioid deaths, and a sputtering public school HVAC system, visuals that anchored philosophical talk in concrete stakes. Rogan's voice softened. He acknowledged that climate change is real and dangerous, but insisted complexity demands layered solutions, not apocalyptic countdown clocks. The chat scrolled so fast it blurred, half praising the balanced stance, half calling him a sellout. He shrugged, saying nuance never trends. Yet, for a brief minute, the show's usual roar quieted, replaced by thoughtful reflection, as if everyone realized the pot could still cool if someone finally turned down the flame before irreversible damage sears hope. As the countdown clock on the recording desk hit 2 hours, Rogan delivered a closing monologue that felt less like a triumphant mic drop and more like an open challenge. He urged listeners to interrogate every claim, his included, and to demand sources instead of slogans. If Representative Ocasio-Cortez listens back, he said, "The door's open. Come debate. Surprise me with data." No snark, just an invitation wrapped in accountability. He warned viewers against turning politics into a fan sport where loyalty beats logic. The comics, suddenly earnest, nodded. One quoted Oscar Wilde, "Education is an admirable thing, but it is well to remember that nothing worth knowing can be taught." Rogan added, almost whispering, that nothing worth governing can be meme-ified either. The studio lights dimmed, the theme music swelled, and somewhere in the distance, thousands of pause buttons clicked as people rewound to verify statistics for themselves before sharing them online. Truly,